Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the second episode of The Mortgage Show. Today I'm here with Shadi Alkhudari, and I'm your host, your Bay Area mortgage guy with Platinum West Funding Corporation. Shadi is the president of the Model Mortgage Company in Hayward and a realtor for the Remax Synergy Group. Thanks for being here today.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, so let's cut right into it. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got into real estate?
Interesting story. I've been in real estate since 2008. Got into it by accident because I wanted to buy a house like everybody else. My background, a little bit about my background. I come from tech background in the 2000s. My degrees are in tech. 2000 crashed. I felt helpless. So got into business and I started working in supply chain operations. I managed some supply chain for Campbell Soup, United Airlines at SFO, and then felt back, wanted to go to the real estate again because that was my passion. So went back in 2008, got my license because I couldn't find a good realtor that would give me the right advice. I would hear different stories from different people. So I just wanted to go back to the truth. And that's why I got my license, wanted to understand the basic and the foundation of real estate. Got my license and it started from there, and it's been a history.
Awesome. Why did you choose real estate? How did you know it was your passion?
I didn't know that was my passion until I got my license. I started talking to people and meeting people and getting people houses, and the feeling about it, I was like, this is great. I don't want to be in business. I don't want to be in corporate. I wanted to do freelance and help people build their dreams and get into homes because it's everybody's dream.
Right. So you're currently with Model Mortgage Company, correct? You're the president of the company?
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about the company, Model Mortgage?
Model Mortgage is owned by Remax. It's a franchise basis where Remax is a franchise company too, so you can own your Remax office, headquartered in Denver, Colorado. And we have about 200 and some offices and over 700 loan officers nationwide. We're licensed in 48 states, I think, except New York, and one more state that I can't think of. Anybody can own a model mortgage in their own region, and I was the first to bring it to the Bay Area because in my real estate business, I was farming out business to different mortgage officers and loan officers between retail banking and mortgage brokerage, and I couldn't find, somebody that can help my business grow. So I decided to bring it in-house and be vertically integrated for people when they come in to buy a house, they have mortgage in-house.
So can you tell us, so you have over decades of experience. Is it safe to say almost 2 decades?
It's safe to say that.
Okay. So how many homes have you sold? Can you give me like a dollar amount?
In the last, how many?
In
Since
total,
we started,
since you started?
I would say over 100 million.
Over 100
Over
million.
100 million. And we're blessed being in the Bay Area, so our median price is high here. I wouldn't say that if I lived in a different state.
That's incredible.
Yep.
And how many employees do you currently have at Model Mortgage?
We have about 3 loan officers that one is based in East Bay, the other one is based in San Jose, and the third one is in New Jersey. So we are licensed in New Jersey and we have a branch in New Jersey.
Awesome. According to the statistics, most millionaires are created through real estate. Why is real estate such a powerful tool to amass wealth in America?
Real estate is very powerful if you know how to utilize it. There's statistics out there too. A lot of realtors don't sell homes, right? They just get their license. If you look at the statistics that came out this year, 2025, they're expecting 1.5 million agents to exit this business. It's not an easy business, right? You just have to utilize it. You can't think of it as out to your own business that you're just gonna run it the way it runs. You have to think about it that it's a real business and you're gonna go to it more than 9 to 5. This is gonna require a lot of time and a lot of effort to build it. So acquiring real estate, we can hear it from, the Warren Buffett to everybody else that invested in it. It's a very safe investment and your money is there, right? Warren Buffett didn't really invest much in technology at the Yahoo days because he said, I can't feel it. Real estate, you can feel and you can see. So that's one of the safest ways to build wealth, and you know your stock not going to crash tomorrow.
So tell me as a buyer, what can I do with the property so I can rent it out? Tell me I can build equity. Tell me some secrets within real estate to make money.
There's multiple ways of doing it depending on how you diversify your portfolio, right? You can buy multi-units and use other people's money to pay your mortgage and build your wealth for the long term. You can buy multiple homes and have, those sit for you to hold them and resell them. You can do the flipping business, right, which is very famous in the Bay Area because there's a lot of money in it. People buy fixer-uppers, put their money in it, and make $200,000-$300,000 a month. There's a lot of ways of doing it, and if you look at the history, um, with an exception of 2008, because it's an exception, uh, real estate has not lost money or lost momentum of appreciating in the Bay Area specifically.
So can you give us some advice for the younger generation on how to get into the real estate? How can they buy their first property? What are we looking for?
Where it's here in the Bay Area, it's a tough market, but I would say save your money, save young, and get into it slowly, and then build it from there. Don't start showing off early. Don't waste your money on things like cars or watches or jewelry because that does not appreciate. That depreciate. The only thing for you that will appreciate is real estate. So start slow. Uh, Maybe get in with friends, with a family, get your first property there, and then start growing from that aspect. Buy something small, buy a small apartment and rent it out, Airbnb it, do whatever it takes for you to generate income.
So credit score is very important.
Credit score is extremely important.
Right. And then can you tell us some products that first-time homebuyers can use in order to get in, such as FHA, VA? Tell the audience a little bit about those products.
Absolutely. In California here we have something called Cal HAFA, which is a sponsored program by the state that gives you 20% down. That is, deferred loan with zero interest that can be paid if you ever if you ever want to sell the house, you can pay it back to the state. But if you don't sell the house, keep it for a long time, it stays there as a second lien. These are a lottery system now where you put your name in the state. It opened up every year, I think in April or May. And then if they pick your name, here's 20% down for $1 million house. You're looking at between $150,000 to $200,000 free money from the state that will have to be paid back if you ever sell the home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we also have the FHA for lower credit score that they can get in with 3.5% down, and VA if if you served in the military or any arms of if you had services, um, you can get into the house as low as zero down payment, and your interest rate probably the lowest out there now.
And then when you're buying a house with prices extremely high at the moment, what makes it a good deal for, let's say, for my personal home or versus an investor? What makes this house a great deal? What am I looking for when I'm buying a house?
It's always you're looking at the value, right? It's always a better deal than renting. Renting, you are spending your money and paying somebody else's mortgage, and your money is down the drain, right? You're not getting any value from that money beside living, like you're living in a hotel, basically. When you buy your own home, you have three things that would benefit you from purchase a home. You're building equity, you have some deduction or taxes from your interest, and you're appreciating. The house is appreciating and you're making money that way. So it's a win-win situation. I'm not saying that you go buy a house that you can't afford, because that's how 2008 happened, because a lot of people got into the real estate while greed played in, and they thought they're going to flip and turn homes before mortgages catch on to them. But unfortunately, we learned a very expensive lesson then.
Some good advice.
Yeah.
So it's like Warren Buffett. If you can't make your money work for you when you sleep, you'll work until you die.
Absolutely. And you don't want to be that guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So for the current market that we're in, so tell me a little bit about the current market and what's going on with the interest rates at the moment.
Well, let's put it this way. I want to focus on the Bay Area because we are in the Bay Area here very different, right? If you look at Bay Area compared to the rest of the country, it's all different. We have a lot of money here. We have a lot of jobs here. We have a lot of purchasing power. So at the beginning, interest rate was a very hard pill to swallow. Um, 6 and 7 and 8 was unheard of for the last 3, 4 years, especially in COVID days when it went down to 2.5. But that's not abnormal. The abnormal is 2.5 and 3. That was free money that whoever took advantage of it for that 2 years, great, good for them, they're winning. But 5, 6, and 7, it's going to be the norm for a long term. If you go back in history, the 70s and 80s, you see mortgages at 18 and 19%. That was high. Yes, I understand. People argue that the home prices were not a million; it was 200. But the value of money still, 200 was a lot of money for them because it's all how much you're making at the time.
Sure.
So if you want to buy a house, you always can negotiate, the house now and get in a good deal and refinance anytime that drops. If that interest rate go back to the 4 and 3s, supply gonna go down, demand gonna go up, and you're not gonna be able to negotiate. We're gonna go back to the multiple offer situation where houses are selling for hundreds of thousands over asking.
So because interest rates are high, you have the ability to negotiate a lower price um, because of the affordability.
Absolutely. And I don't remember the time in COVID where we can ask for seller concessions. Now we can ask for seller concession where they can give you 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 to buy down your rate or pay for closing costs. That never existed during COVID because you would go, if you're negotiating, they put you on the side and your offer will never be accepted. So today there's more negotiation room and it is a normal market. This is a normal market. Selling for $500,000 over asking is not normal.
Can you tell us a little bit what seller concessions are for the audience?
Absolutely. Seller concessions is a seller credit that you get back from the seller where you can use it for closing costs, rate buy down, multiple things, but you can't use it towards your down payment or take cash back. It has to be applied towards closing cost. And that your realtor will negotiate that with the agent or with the seller.
Okay. So are we in a buyer's market at the moment or are we in a seller's market?
I think we're in a balanced market. We're a normal market now. It depends on the area and it's all about negotiation, right? If you have a good realtor, can negotiate for you and fight for you, you'll get a good deal.
So now is still a good time to buy a house?
It's always a good time. And now it's a better time because you can negotiate and get a good deal. And hey, lock in that 6, 7%, whatever that is, refinance it in 6 months. There's no prepayment penalty in California. Refinance it in 6, 10 months, 12 months, whenever that is, whenever the right time is for you.
Gotcha. So as a realtor, you've seen many different houses. What are some tricks that people can do to increase the value of their home? So the inside of it, what are some tricks that they can use?
I mean, if that's your house, if you're keeping that house, it's up to your taste. But if you're flipping that house and reselling it, of course, upgrading, the house will always increase the value of it. You can't change the location, right? The zip code is a zip code, location is location. You can't move it, but you can just play with it from the inside. You can just upgrade it, do whatever it needs to be upgraded and flip it. And there's a lot of tricks to the flipping business because you don't want to overspend and then go over your price and then not get that price back at the sale. So you just have to be careful when you invest.
Give me some examples.
For example, I had an investor at some point where they overspent and they couldn't get the price, so they lost money when they sold that house. So you'll just have to know where to buy, when to buy, and how much to pay for these fixers and how much to spend when you fix it. Okay. So at least you'll have equity when you sell it after fees and commissions and all that.
Gotcha. So don't overspend. Make sure that it makes sense to the price.
Just if you're not a seasoned investor, lean onto your realtor, have him run your numbers, have him run all these fees and see how it's going to pan out after, fixing that. Because you don't want to have a runoff in that project. Otherwise, you would lose money and it would be a bad investment.
That's very good advice. Well, I know you have some properties that you're listed in Hayward. Can you tell the audience a little about the properties?
We have multiple properties that we have about 3 to 5 listings now that they're active, all the way from San Bruno to Hayward. We have 2 in Hayward that are active and 2 in San Lorenzo. 3 will be coming up the end of this month. 1 active in San Bruno that is listed at 1.8 million, fully brand new. If you need anything, please reach out to us, and we're public. You can look at our website at Remax or modomortgage.com, and then you can see all our listings there.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Having
absolutely.
you on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.